Coach, in the first period, Ryan and CC didn't see the ice. Can you just speak to that and the decision that you guys made together?
Yeah, no, I think the players talked to the players when they were late for the meeting, and we just addressed it internally the way we're supposed to address it. And just that's our rules, so that's all.
So there's been talk about the pushback that you guys have had in the third period in previous games. You guys went down 1-0, 37 seconds into the game. What did you see in your team recoiling back from that?
Well, I really liked our second and third period. I mean, the slow start, it's kind of expect that with exhibition games. But I think we built it up real well in the second period. Could have got a few other goals. The power play scored. The penalty kill played really well. And notably in the third period, when the game was on the line, the penalty kill played terrific. Didn't give any shots or anything. So it's too bad in the third because we were the first period. Same problem as last game. It's managing the puck, turnovers. So we didn't see any of that in the second and third period. Really, that's where I thought our team was much better, managing pucks. And it's too bad because in the third period we weren't giving anything. We were really tight. The players were managing the puck very well, managing the game very well, and we made one mistake at the end there where our steer got mixed up and wasn't sure he was staying there. So two guys looking at each other, who's the steer, preventing them from skating up the ice with it. So we ended up being flat, and that's certainly not how we were the rest of the game in the third period at least. So it's too bad. It's too bad because I thought we played solid third period.
And going on that too as well, it was the first game with Erik Karlsson in the lineup as well, the captain around.
Yeah.
How was it through the pre-game and having him around in the room as well and going through the game?
Well, like I said, he wanted to be here, so he had the choice. Same thing on Wednesday, so he wanted to be here. He wanted to be with the team. He wants to get started. He's obviously was very involved with the Swedish team, but he knows that coming back here, he's needed. He's our captain, and so I was really respected the fact that he showed up, and I thought he played a good game. And actually on the power play, he was only there for one practice on the power play, so he had quite a few looks that could have turned out to be other goals. And I thought the power play was really in sync tonight again. So I think we scored every game or almost every game up to now. So I think the players have really bought into what we're trying to do in the power play. And like I said, the penalty kill did very well today. So, we're looking at these games. We're not looking at scores. I'll be honest. Whether we win 6-1 or we lose, it's not about that. We're looking at every individual facet of the game. How are we doing a penalty kill? How are we doing in our forecheck and our D zone? We didn't have very good sticks on puck defensively last game, so a lot of shots could have been easily prevented. So today we were much better at that too. So the things that we'd focused on, we got better at. And obviously, we're still trying out a lot of the guys that are on the bubble, trying to make the team. So some did very well, and some not as well. So more information.
Are you getting any closer to making some decisions on some of the bubble players as you talk with them?
Well, I'll be honest with you. Some days you think something, and then the next game after that, sometimes it's another player that's shining. So right now, we're juggling. I'll be honest. We're juggling. There's some guys that are consistently shining, and some other guys it's up and down. And so that's the NHL. You're trying to find consistency in your players, and I think right now we're gonna keep evaluating. Game on Monday, and on the game on Monday we'll have a lot of the bubble guys in the lineup, so it'll be another game for them to shine.
Is Phil Varone exceeding your expectations?
Exceeding, I'm not sure, because I thought he was somebody that we should really take a look at, and I'm not disappointed up to now. He's definitely every game has had an impact offensively, and works very hard. He's first on puck. Good kid, and so he's definitely keeping himself in the mix.
Is there a spot here for him? I mean, the contracts that are in place would suggest otherwise, but is there?
You know what? I'll tell you what I told all the players in the first meeting. There are always spots open. When there's better players, then you just keep the better players, and you shuffle things around to make sure that you keep the better players. It's not about contracts, because when it is, and you get rid of better players, you're not going the right direction. I think to now it's really which player is consistently showing up and showing us that he can maintain a high pace level of play, a two-way game. And Veroni is definitely right now keeping himself in the mix. Every game he hasn't disappointed, and some other guys the same. So it's a great juggling act now between which one is going to be the one to stay. But there are spots, absolutely. Obviously with MacArthur, we know that Stone is doing very well now. So hopefully we can see him on the trip. But we will be patient with him if we need to be. But there are spots everywhere, forwards and defense, absolutely.
So when you update on Lazard?
Yeah, you know what, Lazard practiced again. He's feeling more and more energy, but we can't right now say that he's ready to, because you got to understand it, until the spleen is completely not swollen. Those things are dangerous if he gets hit. So we want to make sure it's not the energy right now. The energy's looking really good, so that's a good sign.
Are you expecting Anderson back Monday?
Yeah, like I said, beginning of the week-ish.
Okay.
So right now he could be back Sunday, Sunday tomorrow, and be there for the trip. So we'll see, but we want to make sure that whatever he needs to deal with is dealt with, and then we can talk about hockey after.
And again, one more guy I wanted to ask about was Drieger. Like, he's kind of in that number 3 spot right now in kind of camp.
Well,
Your eyes as he had.
Well, he's definitely done very well in the rookie camp, and he's done well after that also. So we got to sit down now, as a matter of fact, to see which guys we keep. We're going to keep 3 goalies for the trip for sure, and then after that we'll definitely go down to 2, obviously. But we got to sit down with the goalie coach and see where we're going with their goalie. So if I would know right now, I'd tell you.
That line of Kelly, Pyatt, and Pajot, I know it's kind of a new look. They're on the ice for the 2 goals. Were you happy with it, other than the 2 goals?
That's what hockey is. I thought they played a great game, and they make that one mistake at the end there. So I thought they were buzzing in the offensive zone. They had a good third man back, and you know what, those guys, I'm not saying they're going to play together, but Pyatt and Pajot and Kelly, all 3 have in common that they're smart players, know where to be on the ice, and right now, like I said before, it's more of a team thing right now. It's not an individual thing. Guys are trying to figure out how we're doing things, and you'll see them do well for 3-4 times in a row, and then whoops, all of a sudden they're all used to something different. A guy like Kelly, he comes from Boston, so he wasn't here with the team. Pyatt wasn't here with the team either. Page was here, but it was a different system. So right now, that's what we're looking at. Like that, the big thing for us is one facet at a time. Isolate those facets and make sure that we're getting better at every one of them, so that when October 12 comes, we're able to put our game on the ice.
Is Zach Smith back skating?
Sorry?
Is Zach Smith back skating?
No, he went on the ice a little bit, came off. So now that we know it's not broken, it was his foot. It's a nasty bruise, and it hurts a lot. But there's no big issue, so we're quite lucky. I was a little scared there, but no, he's gonna be fine.
Will Zach Smith go on the trip?
We have to discuss that. If there's no chance that he plays, then there's no use bringing him. We'll leave him here so he can get a bit of conditioning when he's able to go on the ice. But if we see that there's a chance he plays, there's no way I'm going to play him on Monday, that's for sure. Give him a bit of time, but maybe we'll see for Tuesday. But I think that we want to make sure that he's healthy first.